What's up, everybody? Yes, I'm here. Finally, as I've arrived. Joe is with me. We're here. That's football. The big game, Joe. Everybody was fighting in the group for this game, and we rose to the top, mate, like the heroes that we are, to say we'll step up and do Denmark, Finland for you.
Absolutely, we definitely weren't being punished for being Irish in any way. You know, this was one that everyone fought for in the WhatsApp group, but we got there on the top, and we're lucky enough to do this because this is going to be the barn burner. This is going to be the game setter for this entire tournament. Denmark and Finland. Our grandchildren will be talking about this game.
They absolutely will. And when the group stages were drawn, everybody was talking about Martin Braithwaite versus Timo Pukki. That was it. Yeah. That was the game of the tournament.
Yeah. And we have it here live. I actually can't believe it that we're lucky enough to be part of this. If I'm honest, like history has come alive, and we're allowed to watch it. I feel like I should be paying to be here, if I'm being honest.
I was coming back from the shop earlier on, actually, just popped out, and there was a guard of honor in my estate just to welcome us in for this game. Like, which I thought you over in Sweden, I assume it was the same thing.
Same thing, yeah. I just popped my head out the window, and I live in an apartment block, and just people outside just applauding. And yes, Joe.
You live in an apartment block with other people. Well, you don't have like an east wing and a left wing like the rest of us influencers, no?
No, not just yet. This is my summer place, you know. I like to feel like I'm amongst the people, you know, at times. You know, I like to keep
it real, Joe. Keeping it real. Love to see it. In all seriousness, mate, looking at this game, I think we could be in for a bit of a better game than some people think. I mean, you look at the lineups. Denmark, we know as Irish people what Denmark are capable of. I mean, if you say Christian Eriksen around here, you've got to keep your voice down.
Yeah, my soul burns a bit every time he gets brought up, and I'm happy his career trajectory went from, you know, scoring a hat-trick against us to basically nothing, which suits me down to the ground. But I think I'm interested in how this will work out because in recent history, these teams have absolutely mullered us. Denmark, obviously, the 5-1. Finland beat us at the Viva a couple of months ago. So I think this is just kind of a punishment for us as well, being put on this game to just be brought up the memories of how these teams qualified. But I think, I think it will be interesting. And also a fun fact as well is that starting left back for Finland is a name familiar to us in some ways, but Mr. Daniel O'Shaughnessy.
Hang on one second. We have somebody in the chat that says we want Goldbridge. Motherfucker, you've got the real talent. You've got the king of watchalongs. Mark he's taking notes in the background. He's sitting there right now like a good lad, taking notes. Joe, tell them what's up, mate. Tell them what's up.
Look, facts are facts. We were in a group chat the other day, and Mark was bowing down to Craig. He called him the Irish Don, and then that got promoted to just the Don. So I think that's just
two claxons for you. I can hear Ben crying in the background.
We got 2 minutes in before I said one of them, but he's taking notes wherever he is, and he's learning from the top dog. There, I won't get in trouble for saying that one.
But there you go. I mean, honesty is honesty, mate. I respect you for it. Look, Timo Pukki, Martin Braithwaite, who's going to break the goal scoring door? Who's getting in? Who's going to win this one? Because I've got to say, every fibre of my being says Denmark. But, you know, you get to a tournament, you need respect. You deserve respect.
Here, I've got a question for you, actually. I personally think, okay, how in international tournaments, I don't think it necessarily comes down to the team with the best players. Because Belgium have always fallen in that front. Like we can say, okay, I think they did par by coming third in the World Cup. But like with the squad they've had over the past 10 years, they've done nothing. But if you look at the likes of Finland, who will say on paper don't have a great squad, but have a good manager who has vision for moving forward, and the fact they came through automatically without doing a playoff, I think there is every possibility that look, I won't say they'll win it, but I think there's every possibility they'll get out of this group. Just for the fact that they've been playing with each other since they were under 21. So they have the same manager for the past 10 years. So I feel they have a really, really good structure. And I think Denmark are a good side. I don't think they're as good as Switzerland, who we just saw draw 1-1 at Wales. I think they were very good a couple of years ago. So I'm really interested to see this one because I do think Finland can do something here today. I think a compact team with a structure who know how to play with each other, I think that can do damage on, especially in an international tournament. What are your thoughts on that?
Sorry, I'm just in stitches reading the comments, mate. Goldbridge has let himself go, blah. Oh, these people do not know what they are in for. Look, show the love, ladies and gents. Show the love. That's all I'm going to say to you. Look, Joe, I want a prediction from you, mate, before we get going. And no sitting on the fence, mate. There's no splinters in the arse on this stream. Where we go? Who's going to win this one?
I'm going to go for the absolute crack. I'm going to say 2-1 to Finland.
The ball's on you like a Bengali tiger, my friend. 2-1 to Finland. Do you know what? I'm going to go 2-0 to the Danes. 2-0 to the Danes for me.
That's so boring. Like
it is boring. It is predictable, but you know, you have to be predictable in some aspect of life, because I love knowing that whenever I'm hosting a watch along, whoever's producing it, whoever's in charge behind, is a nervous wreck for 90 minutes, knowing that the stream can be demonetized at any minute. It's beautiful. I love it.
That is kind of your trademark, I've heard. Ben was saying that it is like, how much money can we lose? That's football in one sitting. You know, you hold the record.
I'm a secret agent. I'm in here basically to bring the whole thing crumbling to its knees.
You're doing great at it. I think we got, 6 lawsuits from the last video?
I think the numbers will probably do that on its own, but shush, we won't talk about those just yet, Joe. We're superstars, both of us, mate, superstars. Yeah, but very humble. If anything, the most humble.
Yeah, I think I'm more humble than you, though. I think I'm the king of humbleness. If I can brag for a second, I think I'm quite more humble than you. But that's fine. You know,
somebody said Walmart version of Mark. I'm sorry, mate. I don't speak American. This isn't soccer. This is football here for the real men. So you just keep to yourself with your Walmart version. Egghead. Somebody else said egghead. Brilliant. This is clearly the first time this gentleman has seen a bald person before, because I imagine, Joe, that when he gets tucked into bed tonight by his mum and Mammy Special Little Soldier, reads him his bedtime story, gives him his bath, huggles and tickles his belly a little bit, he's going to say, I had a pop of the king. I had a pop. I called the bald man an egg, Mammy, and he's never heard that before.
And it broke you. It actually broke you emotionally and physically, didn't it? You're not the same man you were once after hearing that.
No, I'm right here without my mobile phone booking a counselling session as we speak, because I'm obviously a destroyed man now.
Yeah, I think that is possibly the wittiest thing I've ever heard in my entire being. You know, I don't think there's any coming back from that. I think you should retire from speaking. Not just retire from YouTube, but speaking altogether, because I don't think anything you can say can come back from that, ever.
I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just go wash Gaelga, and none of you will have a clue what we're talking about for the entire stream. We'll just do it fluently in Irish, like either of us can speak fluent Irish. But there you go.
You're kind of setting us up for a fall there. I think we can take a chance. I can say Neil May kind Perla, which means I can't speak English, but I can't speak Irish. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't speak Irish either. I won't lie to you, Joe. There's very few. There's Cúpla Focal. That's all I've got.
Yeah. And do you remember that song? It was quite big, like 30, 40 years ago. It's Ein Focal Da Focal Du Focalela, and I no. Do you remember that? And it was banned from the BBC because they thought he was swearing, but he wasn't. He was.
I was just thinking, you're getting this demonetized now. That song, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's a song. It's a song, though. It's if you can look it up, it's what's his name? Richie O'Connor, Richie O'Carroll, or something like that. Do you remember that song? It was huge, like about 20 years ago.
Here's the one, Joe, for anyone that's watching. Irish lesson number 1. On Will Kianagun Dulgadi and Lehrus. That's the one we knew. That's the one we were brought up on in school. I seen it in the chat there a moment ago as well. What it means basically is going to go to the toilet. That's everything. In primary school, when we were coming through, that was the question you had to ask. Did your school, Joe, have toilet cards, by the way? In your primary school? Yeah, in your primary school. We used to have these a box that like basically like you were clocking into a shit. If you were in the toilet, you took this piece of cardboard with you to let somebody know there was somebody in the toilet. Why they wouldn't just put a goddamn lock on it, mate, I don't know, but...
Was your bathrooms not in the classroom?
They were, yeah. No, that's the really funny part. Really? They were in the classroom, yeah.
I don't think... there's no part of my memory that says we had to bring toilet cards. But again, I never paid attention in school in the history I was there. I learned nothing. I can effectively say I learned absolutely nothing in school, other than how to say my name, which I do mix up a lot. So I can't really even brag about that. But no, I never had toilet cards. That's a mad one.
I always had it easy. But look, I suppose we should really turn to the football a little bit here, mate, shouldn't we? Looking at this group, it's Belgium going to top it. I think we'll all agree on that one. It's a matter of... I would usually say, Joe, it's a matter of who comes second. But as I was saying before, it's easier. It's harder to get knocked out of this tournament than it is to progress by the looks of it. Yeah,
it suited us very much in 2016. But I'm looking at this group, and Belgium should do. But I'm really not convinced by Belgium. I think I think they have to really take it easy in the group stage, which might hinder them because they have the oldest squad in the history of man. And Vertonghen, who I think plays in China, is their starting centre-back. Or no, is it Vertonghen?
I went away to China in a little rowboat to find you, and you said you had to get your laundry clean. Didn't want no one to hold you. What does that mean? I know everyone at home is singing along right now. I know they are.
do you just have a senior moment? What was that?
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Oh, nothing's gonna da. Yes, I do actually know that.
Copyright strike as well to add to the list.
but on look, Finland, I think we have to find out who are actually supporting this. I know you went boring and said Denmark to win. Fine, I'm saying Finland to win. But like they've got Daniel O'Shaughnessy. Denmark have Thomas Delaney. So if we're going more Irish, who will we support? Are we going to support the Irish lads, or are we going to just support the better team?
The better team, mate. I'm a glory hunter. Do you know what I mean? We'll go for the better team, Joe, all the way. North Macedonia, through and through me. I mean, I've got good relations there, strong as can be.
That's fair enough. I can't physically support Denmark after everything they've done to us, and especially the arrogance that they did it in the swagger, that they absolutely nailed us. But like with Finland, they also beat us. But I like Finland, like they're a bit of an underdog, and they won't do anything. But I would like them to be, to just have a good time. Do you know? And from the Swedish people that I've met here, I've had chats about like what is the difference between like Finland and Norway and Denmark, and basically they told me that Swedes and Norwegians are basically the same. They're very dull, but they said the Finnish are like Irish because they're just great crack and they love to drink. So for me, I'm kind of going for Finland for that as well.
Look. Any Danes I've met, any Finnish people I've ever met, all lovely people. I agree with you on that. Absolutely sound. It's really weird. I'm reading the comments here, honestly, and on our channel, over on Anfield Agenda, where
never heard of this.
Where people are nice.
Boo.
It's a lot different. Obviously, I'm reading the chat here. A lot of abuse. I'm not used to it. We show love. Do you know what I mean? Over on our channel, we show love. We're good people. Over here, it's apparently let's see who can insult people the most. And trust me, guys, I would love to sit here all day and go back and forth with you. But unfortunately, I've got a fellow Irishman here beside me that I need to have a little chat with. We talk through this game. And look, we should have a bit of fun, folks, along the way as well. Let us know what your thoughts are around the game in the chat. Do you agree with Joe with a sneaky little Finnish win? Do you agree with myself that the Danes will go and get the job done? And who do you think is going to top this group? Surely it's got to be Belgium, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I don't think. I think it'll be Denmark. Even though I'm saying a Finland win because I want Finland to win, but I think Denmark will. I think they'll beat Belgium, if I'm being honest. I think Belgium are going to fall apart in this tournament.
You are a bookie's dream, mate. A bookie's dream.
There's two teams I think are going to be are really going to fall apart, and that's Belgium and that's Holland. I think Holland are odds on to. I don't they'll probably get out of the group because everyone gets out of the group. But I think anyone who's playing them, especially in the last 16 and Belgium, I think they can really count themselves lucky. Do you know? I think I just don't think Belgium are going to do anything. I think Martinez is out with the job once this competition's over because he clearly went for it. Their second youngest player is Yuri Tillemans at 25 in their squad. So
see, you spoke about a continuity earlier on though, and how players being together since a young age and coming through, and now they're hammering Belgium for just that.
But Belgium's team is so old. It's a different with Finland when there is a structure there of youth and experience, and of course it's a bit older as well. But Belgium have a lot more players they can choose from. I imagine, that they have to go for Vertonghen and for who's at the other side of the fence? Vertonghen and Alderweireld, however you say his name. Those two are 32 and 34, and I don't know how you expect to do anything with people that are older than the sun in your backline, So that's my thoughts. I think Belgium, it's like you said, bookie's dream. Put a fiver on Belgium too. I don't think they'll get out of the group because of course they will, but to not get past maybe the quarterfinals at a stretch, I really think that will be their peak. And Martinez is gone.
A lot of love in the chat, by the way, for Timo Pukki, which fair play to you folks. I'm all over that. I mean, I'm on board the Timo Pukki train like all of you guys. Absolute quality. Someone also said, Craig, shave them eyebrows. Just a small little correction to make there, mate. It's just one. It's monobrows. You can see it's a thing of beauty. Yeah, it's just one. It just touches in the middle there. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to interfere with it. It's God's work.
Are you doing an influencing thing now? Trying to make one eyebrows a trend?
If I come on here one day with design shaved into it, maybe. Joe, it's the only bit of hair I do have to work with, Joe. So I've got to let it flourish, mate.
Yeah, you're not going to gel them or anything, because I mean,
I could be Phil Warnock. I could be Mr. No Eyebrows, which always freaks me out. By the way, when I see him,
who is Neil Warnock?
Neil Warnock, the former manager of every championship team that's ever existed ever.
Yeah, I've never noticed him having no eyebrows. I remember him squaring up to the camera famously and supporting Brexit, but I've never noticed. I'm gonna have to Google that now. I've never noticed him having no eyebrows.
Oh, he's full on no eyebrows, mate. I mean, you'll never be able to unsee it once you see it, Joe. Right, let's have a look into the comments because I do love to have a read of your comments, ladies and gentlemen. You are the lifeblood of the show. What have we got? Denmark 3-0 says Kobe Paddy. Charisma, God, there's a name from the past. Craig, what shampoo do I use? It's called ODRL one, mate. It's only for influencers, so you probably wouldn't be able to get your hands on a bottle of it, but it's beautiful. It gives you this shiny finish that you see right here now. Score prediction, we've already done them, Owen. So what Joe has gone for is a 2-1 win for Finland. What I've gone for is a 2-0 win for the Danes. And do you know what? At that juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you through the starting lineups for today's game. I'm going to do the Denmark one, and I'm going to let Joe, who lives in Sweden, do the Finnish one because those names are far tougher to pronounce.
Oh, bollocks! Correct. I was like, he's being nice. You know, he's going to give me what? Then I realized, oh no, he just wants to do me. That's great. I'll get back.
You'll soon get to know me. I love hanging you out to dry. That'll be part of it. So Kasper Schmeichel in goal for Denmark, ladies and gentlemen. Then it's Voss, Kjær, Christensen and Mihaly. Christensen obviously had a really good end to the season, Joe, with Chelsea. Part of that Champions League winning team, and Thomas Tuchel really is bringing this guy on. He was always thought of as a good defender, but he really is starting to come through now, and it'd be interesting to see what happens with him next season.
Yeah, he's always been very highly rated, but never really hit the ground running. But every manager he was with, he had obviously spells where he was doing quite well. But like, absolutely, you're dead on with Thomas Tuchel. He holds him in very high regard, and he's at the heart of that defense. And like I have him in my Euros team, so that's how highly I regard him as well. And I just saw a picture of Neil Warnock, and I just noticed he has no eyebrows. Yeah, that's great.
You'll never be able to unsee that. Moving into midfield then for the Danes is where it really heats up, folks. You've got Christian Eriksen, of course, as Irishman. Every time that name gets mentioned to us, a little bit of us dies inside, of course. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, then Thomas Delaney, then it's Poulsen, Wind and Braithwaite. Martin Braithwaite, obviously the man who's been propping up Lionel Messi all season, Joe, at Barcelona.
I think that transfer is just the most hilarious thing that ever happened, because he's been released from Barcelona. He was there for 6 months. His team that they bought, who did they buy him from? Levante or someone like that? Leganés or something like that?
It was Leganés, yeah. I think it was Leganés. It was one of the lower Spanish teams anyway.
So for people who don't know, it's just mad. Basically, Barcelona stole them from him. The Spanish FA wouldn't let them buy a replacement, but let Barcelona go past the transfer window to rob him off him. He was there for 6 months or 18 months, and then just got released. Barely playing a second. And it just sums up how corrupt the Spanish FA is. So
nobody will ever be able to take away that he played for Barcelona from him. I mean, from where he went to where he got to, it is a beautiful story. I mean, it has shades of Ricky Lambert to Liverpool. I think Braithwaite actually scored a couple of goals for Barcelona.
Oh, that was great. That was one of my favorite transfers. And by the way, I have to give you a lot of credit for how you pronounced. I would have just said wind, but I like the way you just went wind. You just threw a little flair in it.
I just took a shot in the dark, mate. You know what I mean? I didn't know what else to do, and I just had to pretend I'm not a chav, and I actually am a little bit cultured.
Yeah, and you did great. Now I have to do the Finnish team. Thank you so much for this. There's one I can definitely pronounce, or two actually. So
apparently he's not released, by the way. I'm reading the comments in the chat here. Braithwaite's still a Barcelona player. I hadn't heard about him being released, but I was bound down to your knowledge on that one because Barcelona are in a bit of a mess financially at the minute. Mess.
I was sure he was released, but yeah, sorry, my mistake if he wasn't. I just got mixed up. But
hang on, whoa. Let me just pull something out in the chat here straight away. Hang on, Siggy saying clueless Irish man. He has not been released. All right, fair enough. He's not being released. Don't be bringing nationality into this, mate. It's got nothing to do with it. Two Irish gentlemen here going to keep you entertained for the afternoon. Leave the Irish out of it, mate. We're a very proud group of people, don't you know?
Absolutely. You're dead right, Craig. And it's great to be on the show with you, Craig. It's great to be, being on the same side for once, we'll say.
And also, if you're not nice, mate, we won't pave your driveway.
Yeah. That's literally the ultimate insult for them. The ultimate insult.
That's it.
Okay, the Finnish team, and God be with me, I'll do my best here. And if anyone is Finnish out there, I 100% apologize. But you can, if you can put it in the comments, if phonetically, depending how wrong I got it. But Hardecki, the goalkeeper, Ratiala Ajuri O'Shaughnessy.
I love it.
O'Shaughnessy. Oronan. Kamara from Rangers. Sparv. Lloyd. Tovio. Pojanpalo. And Pookie. And I'm not doing the subs. But yeah, and shout out actually, my cousin is a Cheltenham Town, Jack O'Neill, Cheltenham Town supporter. What's the word? Season ticket holder. And Sean O'Shaughnessy played there for like 6 months.
The Irish names now, Joe. I mean,
yeah. It was my one saving grace, and I can't even do it now. But O'Shaughnessy was 6 months on loan at Cheltenham, and he said he was a top class player at League Two. So, but just to see him go from there to actually starting in the Euros game is huge, and fair dues to him.
I think we need to take a second as well to just pay a little bit of acknowledgement to Kasper Schmeichel, and big shoes to step into, or big gloves to step into after his father, actually, who's one of the greatest, certainly one of the greatest of the Premier League era, Peter Schmeichel, a magnificent goalkeeper. But Kasper has carved himself out an excellent career, Leicester City captain, won the FA Cup with them. Just delighted. I genuinely am delighted for him because, I can only imagine the pressure of going in after what your father has achieved.
Absolutely. And he had a kind of slow start to his career as well, because obviously he was on Man City's books, and then he was kind of loaned out to Leeds and a few other clubs. And it took him a few years to find his feet. And it never felt like, I remember in the mid-2000s, that it was ever going to happen for him. And forever going to happen to him, I mean, to have to get to a top Premier League club or whatever he would describe as success. But then obviously he went to Leicester and everything just came together. And through hard work, he is there. Like he is basically Denmark's talisman now. He is their best player. He is their star player. And he's had huge success at Leicester, not only being their starting goalkeeper, but winning the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago and obviously the Premier League. So fair play, because it's an impossible thing to win a Premier League. But imagine how impossible it is to follow in your father's footsteps when it's Peter Schmeichel, possibly the greatest ever. Some can easily argue the greatest ever. So the success he has and the career he spanned for himself is absolutely mind-blowing, and he deserves full credit for it. And even though I don't, it's hard for me to like Denmark with the amount of pain they've caused me in recent history. I still have a huge amount of respect for what they've done. So fair play.
I mean, he's not scored 94-minute headers like our goalkeeper Alisson, but I mean, it's not everybody, mate. You know what I mean? I have to say, I'm loving the Hummel stuff that Denmark wear, by the way. I'm loving them tracksuit tops. I've always been a fan of the Hummel kits. What are your favourite kits, ladies and gents, in the chat? There's been some absolute belters, and we're going to get underway here. The teams are walking out onto the field, but I always like to get a feel for people and what their favourite retro kits are. To me, Joe, the industry standard is the 1990 West Germany home. It's just the one that has the kind of design that goes up and down across the shirt. Yeah. It's beautiful. And you had one on the other day as well, Ireland's Italian 90 shirt. You can't sleep on that one. It's a beauty.
Oh, it's an absolute and I would wear it every single second of every day. But I'm not allowed because of the green screen. It would just look like a floating head, and I feel it's worth it. But still, I love that jersey so much. I was walking through Stockholm the other day, earphones in, and someone grabbed me, and I was like, "Oh God, what?" And I turned around, and he was like, "Cool jersey, man, Italian 90," and then walked on. And I was like, that's really great.
George Play says, why is Anfield Agenda on here? I filled out a form, mate, on the back of a box of cornflakes, and I was one of the lucky winners. So, fair play to that football for putting that out there to give us youngsters a chance. So, yeah, fair play. And, I mean, I didn't even know I'd filled it out properly. I was worried. Sometimes when you're filling out these competition forms, Joe, you're worried that you haven't ticked the right box and stuff. But it just said, can you carry the weight of Goldbridge's channel on your shoulders? And I just ticked the box and said, yes, indeed, I can.
And funny enough, you were the only one who applied.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's not costing me too much. I won't be honest. I mean, they're being very reasonable about what they're charging me for being on here. You're paying us, but still, it's good. It's good. But here, what is your this is obviously Finland's first Euros, first competition altogether. But for Denmark, was there any particular World Cup or Euro Championships that they stood out for you? Yeah, the one they won, mate. The one they won.
That is my favorite thing ever. I was 2 years old at the time, but they didn't even qualify. Do you know?
That's the beauty of it. Yeah, they got into the tournament last minute and they 0-0'd their way through it, basically. Full on Greece. It was like an earlier version of what Greece did, but it's a beautiful, beautiful story. And that's what That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, we're all talking about France going on to win this, perhaps, but there's always a beautiful underdog story, and we all love an underdog.
I absolutely do. I remember falling in love with that Greece. I was only looking into it the other day, the Greece team that won 2004, and like there was no way that team ever should have won anything because they all kind of got big moves or big contracts after that tournament. But across the board, they were very, very average players. Like I remember Zacharias, is that it? I can't pronounce his name. He played for Leicester for a couple of years in the early 2000s. He won player of the tournament. And he was like outstanding. I remember Karagounis, who went to Fulham. I think he played in the Europa League final. Cheers, Ahmed. And but like I kind of miss those Euros where these players will come out of nowhere and you'd be like, you would have no expectations. But I think with now current football, you know everything about every player, so it's kind of hard to be surprised by someone new. You know?
I'd like to correct you on that. A load of little people on Twitter think they know everything about every player because they've got them on Football Manager or FIFA. I mean, I'm not knocking those people because I get some great information on our channel from guys and girls like that I don't know half of these players and they're able to bang out the stats. But what I'd also like to add to that is I'm a bit old school in that I'm somebody that likes to just use my own eyes and see what I see on the pitch.
Yeah, I can agree with you in that. The national anthems have just finished there. Denmark, I don't know if Finland have gone yet.
They were first. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say, how beautiful is it to see fans back inside stadiums, to see the joy on their faces? It looks like a pretty full stadium there. I don't know what the capacity is, I don't know what the allowance is, but it looks fairly full. It's looking tickety-boo, as I like to say. I'm all for this one, and I'm so happy, so happy that we've got real football back with fans in the ground, because without fans, it's nothing.
I completely agree with you in that. And that's actually the reason why Dublin was supposed to host. I thought Copenhagen was taken off them as well, but obviously not. Because we couldn't guarantee that we could host fans, because Baku, I think Baku is the only place that's allowing 100% capacity. But I think you have to allow between 25% and 75%. So I'm not sure what capacity Copenhagen is at, but it's just, like you said, it's just brilliant. And the fact that it's in Copenhagen, it's so close for the Finnish fans to travel. Like, they can literally get a boat across. Obviously, the Danish fans don't have to travel. And it just, like, I'm actually getting kind of, shivers up my spine never actually saying it. Here we go.
Anthony Taylor's referee.
Was he?
He is.
There's the lineup.
Actually, one of the guys that I work alongside on our channel is a background in refereeing. He was saying to me before that Anthony Taylor is one of the fittest referees with regards to his cardio and stuff that he's ever trained alongside. Obviously, I will point out he is Greater Manchester's Taylor. I was going full Anthony Taylor. Whenever I got to moan about referees, I defer to Martin Atkinson immediately. My brain goes, Martin Atkinson.
Here we go now.
Thank you, Nicolaj, in the chat, by the way. Really appreciate that, mate. The capacity is 25,000 out of 38,000, which is great. Thank you for that, mate. Always love the info.
Thanks so much.
And we are getting close to getting on the way. Oh man, I wish I was there at any of these games. I'd take any of them, Joe.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with you. There's just nothing that compares to a match day. Thanks so much, Owen. Appreciate it. There's nothing that compares to a match day. It really doesn't. Like, I'm playing 11 aside now over here with the Shamrock Gales.
RSH14 says, Joe, watching the game on the ceiling?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, look, my TV is over here. There's nothing I can do at it for the moment, but hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to do it properly.
We are just about to get on the way. Denmark will be kicking us off, ladies and gentlemen, playing from left to right in the first half, and we're on the way, Joe.
Yes, here we go. Denmark going straight in, attacking. Who's that over there?
The game we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if it's a battle of kits, Joe, straight away I imagine Denmark.
Why is Finland not allowed to wear its home jersey? Like, the white is really nice. I like the blue. There's O'Shaughnessy, our boy.
Maybe they just feel like they look more like France. Maybe they feel a little bit more intimidating out there in the blue kit.
See, that's what I mean. Psychology, do you know? You have to have that.
For people asking where it's on, I've got it personally here on BBC. I don't know what channel Joe's got on, but it's also on RTE if you're in Ireland as well, I think.
Yeah, I'm not watching on 4 Direct on Swedish TV.
I assumed everything was ABBA TV, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just assumed that everything was. I pulled somebody else up for the Irish stuff earlier on, but here I am straight away with the cultural stereotypes. Do you know what I mean? Banging them out immediately.
What's that? Advait, Craig and Joe, do you think we'll have an open game or a tight game? I think considering the teams that are playing, like Finland are going to play very defensively and try to catch them on the break. They're actually playing with 2 strikers, which is rare nowadays. So I feel it will be tight. But Denmark are really, like, they're controlling possession at the moment. We're only less than 2 minutes in, but they really want to get an early goal and possibly make this, finish it for a start. Because once the game continues, if it's 0-0, Finland will always feel they have a chance.
Denmark are a tricky one, aren't they? Because it almost depends on what mood they're in. Like they can come and like bang in 3 or 4, or they can play out a dull 0-0 draw. So it is interesting as you said, to see if we do get an early goal or not in the game. And both sides, they're not pulling out, but they're fully committed here from the start. Tackles are going in, early pressing, and look, we're only a couple of minutes in, so nobody's really got a chance to settle down. First game of the tournament for both sides.
It's kind of an equivalent to a derby as well. I should have asked someone around here, because I know obviously Norway, Finland, and Sweden would be rivals. I'd imagine Denmark would be as well. So it is a big game for all concerned. And Finland have a nice bit of possession now for the first time. Bad pass. Nothing of it.
Why am I seeing the word sink everywhere? Am I missing something? This has gone over my head completely.
Is he singing? NSYNC? Is that what he wants? To hear? I
can break out a couple of NSYNC numbers. I have a few on standby. I'm like a human jukebox when it comes to that. My day's been good, dude. Thanks for asking. All good. Need sync. I don't know what that means. I'm very confused here. Do you think if Ireland still had Rice and Grealish, they'd qualify for the Euros? Absolutely, mate. And look, it still hurts. I won't lie, but what I will say is Grealish has gone on to do very, very good things, and you can see the talent of the man. He really is. Long throw in here, by the way. Cleared away by Denmark. Second ball come on. Bit of a chance here, left side. Second ball in the penalty area.
Get it.
Headed away again by Denmark.
Yeah. But Finland still have, with Lou has possession. Is he offside, Pookie? No, he's fine. Good hold of play. Get it in the box.
They're talking about clocks. Yeah, no, they couldn't afford to have me on and afford a clock. So there is no clock. I understand what you guys are trying to do. Often people do sync up the games with our commentary and stuff as well, which, by the way, thank you so much. We do love that you're giving that a bash. Unfortunately, with the StreamYard setup, we can't sort the clock out. But don't worry, we will keep you up to date with the time as we go along as well. I'm at 3 minutes 45 now.
Yeah, I'm on 3 minutes and 50. Just gone. Sorry, just got text. Tackles flying in there. On break.
That's one thing, by the way, I hope we don't see all of in this tournament, Joe, and that's play acted. I mean, it's one of the things that really gets under my skin in sport, particularly Neymar.
Don't say his name. Do you know what annoys me as well? I remember, Denmark moving it nice now in the box. Cross, is it a corner? Yeah, first corner of the game to Denmark. We're 4 minutes and 20 seconds in. 4:20. And but Neymar, I remember having an argument with people about Neymar in during I think it was when PSG got knocked out, and people were saying, Neymar is this, Neymar, like, why do people give him a bad name? It's literally the play acting. And they were like, but everyone does it. And I was like, no, but he does it to the next level. Like, I'll never forget it in the World Cup.
It looks like rhythmic gymnastics every time. Yeah. I'm just waiting for the set twirling a little ribbon around.
Okay, the
here we go. Yeah. Anthony Taylor's doing this thing where he pretends he's got all referees. I love this from referees. I'm watching. I'll do absolutely nothing about it, but I'm watching.
Cross coming in now from Eriksson. That's a nice one. Get it. Delaney with the header. It's gone again, but back to Eriksson. The edge of the box. Just over 5 minutes gone. It's no. Braithwaite. Yeah, no. It's a save. Braithwaite. A lot of struggling going on there.
Keeper. But, keeper's all right.
Yeah. Free out.
For those asking, the channel we're watching it on is BBC for me, and Joe's over in Sweden. So what was the channel you're watching it on, Joe?
For Direct, DIR EKT. So that's my station. If there's any Finnish people in the comments as well, make sure to send us your thoughts and what we should expect from Finland as well, and Danish people. I know there's a few Danish that comment as well. So is this what you're hoping for 5 minutes in?
It looks like Denmark are starting to sell into a rhythm, doesn't it? They're starting to move the ball around, certainly showing that they're probably the more cultured of the two teams with regards to their style of playing. Again, you spoke earlier on about that consistency of playing together over a long period of time. You can see this shining through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Finland, what you're going to get is a team that is just there to break down play and then hit on the counter, hit on the break. And like Pukki will obviously, look, we'll say he's a top championship level goal scorer, but he is a goal scorer. You know, so it's just about feeding the ball into him. So I think they're going to try just stop Denmark from playing football. Oh my God, it's thunder and lightning over here now.
Here we go. Do the bot stuff. Good tackle.
Good save.
Oh, well done, keeper. I'm always nervous though when they parry them back out into play. Ideally, you want to be pushing them wide.
Yeah. It was good. It was nice height from, I think it was from Delaney again, was it? Or no?
He's had a couple of testers now, hasn't he, the keeper?
Yeah.
He's done all right so far.
Yeah, it was a good height from him. We're just coming up to 7 minutes now. Eriksson has a cross coming in. And Denmark need big things from him now. This could be his last tournament.
Another one from Eriksson.
Straight out.
He's gone. What's going on there? So we're going to see this taken again. The referee seems to be pulling them back for something. I'm not exactly sure. She's explained to the captain anyway.
We'll find out now. Yeah, going straight back in. They seem to be trying to get it in on top of the keeper anyway. They seem to see that as a weak point for Finland.
Here we go. Ball in.
Header out.
They're real disappointing, aren't they? When you don't get past the first man at the near post.
Yeah.
Second ball in.
Gone again. Goal kick.
Yeah, I see one thing Messi hasn't done, and I've seen him try it for the last season or two, is he's never scored direct from a corner, and he's really upped the efforts, actually, at Barca doing that over the last couple of seasons. I wondered if Eriksson was trying to do that there with the first one, but you're right, it seems to be that the tactic here is to get the ball in on top of the keeper. They obviously feel they can disrupt him, or he's not a safe pair of hands. He's not the biggest by the looks of it as well with regards to keepers.
Hold on just 1 second.
Denmark the ball in the right back position, moving it around. What are we feeling, ladies and gents? Who do you think has settled down into the game quicker? I mean, it looks like Finland are just soaking up what Denmark are going to have with them. And if this is the case, I think it's just going to be Denmark will break through and maybe we'll see the game open up a little bit. But it's starting to remind me a little bit of the pattern of Italy and Turkey. Hopefully it'll be a good game, said Donald. Hopefully, mate. I mean, I'm not usually somebody that's mad about international football, mate, but I'm really hyped for this tournament. I'm very much looking forward to. Opportunity, keeper comes out, don't sees it out, goes behind for a Finland goal kick. They are controlling the game, I agree. Well said in the chat. 2-0 Denmark, Alex gone for. Ren thinks Denmark are playing well as well. Denmark controlling the game. Delaney versus Shaughnessy. It's like I'm watching Ireland in the Euros. You love it, MJ. Love to see it, mate. We're represented there, whether they like it or not. For people asking where Mark is, he is a human being. He does need a few hours of sleep, a bit of rest, and he needs to visit his family every now and again.
He's so we're giving him the afternoon off. You're welcome, everyone. That's why we got the Irish Mafia here now instead.
That's it. We had to fight hard to get Denmark versus Finland.
Yeah.
Loving the collab. Thank you, Ahmed. You're very kind, mate. Very kind. And just for those of you, I'm going to set you up here, Joe, and I want you to finish this one. I want you to finish me off, Joe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm not the Messiah, Joe.
I'm a very naughty boy.
You're a very naughty. You nearly got there, Joe. You nearly got there. Nearly.
Sorry. I'm so close. So close. So close.
You lot are a great duo. Keep it going. Thank you, guys. Look, one thing you'll get to know about me over the course of this tournament, and Joe as well, is one of the traits about us Irish is we can take banter, we'll dish it out, but underneath it, we're all big softies, Joe, aren't we? We love a hug and a cuddle, and we love having fun with people. Absolutely. We love a hug and a cuddle. A boiled sausage. You like it, all cuddle, do you? I don't mind the cuddle. It wouldn't be my go-to, but it's not bad. I'm gonna have to try. Denmark really stepping it up here, folks. It just looks like Finmark. There you go. Goldbridge on the brain. It just looks like Denmark are just going to be piling the pressure on here. They're controlling the tempo of the game. I think Denmark will do what they want to do here. And unless Finland get a little bit lucky or maybe get something on the counter with Pukki Actually, on the counter where Pookie isn't probably true because pace isn't one of his attributes, really, Joe.
Yeah. I think it just his finishing, just getting in behind the players and just putting in the back of the net, and that's what they're going to be aiming to do all day. Sorry, just got text. I think, but like I think Finland will be very happy with how they're going so far. It was just for them. I think it's about keeping a 0-0 and then hopefully just.
Here we go. Oh, blocked. We had a super chat there. Someone said, Craig, I'm a United fan, but I still watch your channels as well. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. I mean, we've got a load of really kind United fans that come over to Anfield Agenda and stuff and watch the channel. And it's great because they're, we're all rivals when it comes to football, but we all love the sport first and foremost, Joe. And, rivalry goes out the window at times like this when we're all in it together to enjoy the beautiful game. I
can be agree with you. It's just a case of like we're saying, everyone was dying for this game. Everyone was dying for Denmark and Finland. And the fact is, it's just great to be watching football, and it's just great to come together with great people and just watch two rivals going neck and neck, even if we don't technically have a dog in the race.
That's it. I'm falling more and more in love with this Hummel shirt the more I see it, Joe. I think I'm gonna have to treat myself.
Stream.
A couple of people asking what's my thoughts about Pedri to Liverpool. I don't see any truth to it. Barca won't let him go. We wouldn't pay the 70 million that is being quoted as well. Now, look, I know this isn't a Liverpool stream, but it was in the comments, so I had to give it an answer. Mourinho would have been perfect for Finland. That is a belter of a comment, Barath. Well played.
I genuinely think Mourinho is born for international football right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this as well. Obviously, he's gone to Roma, so it's a bit of a moot point. But did you see, by the way, that it looks like Nuno is going to be the Everton manager?
Really?
Yeah, it looks like he's very, very close on that one.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's what I originally thought when he left Wolves, but then obviously there was a lot of other names. He was very close to the Palace job at one point as well. And look, if they couldn't do it with Ancelotti, I do think Nuno's a good manager, but Ancelotti's the best manager Everton have had in my lifetime. So I don't see them doing too much, to be fair. And I think I speak for the entire world when I say, ha, 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 ha.
Like, the thing is, you'd feel like if they weren't Everton, you'd feel bad for them because they literally have an owner who cares. They have a mad worldwide fan base, and they've invested in trying to get a best, in quality players, money that they could get. But, it's just not happening for them. Literally, no matter what they do, every bit of bad luck that could fall on them falls on them. And it is,
right. Long may continue. We do have a set piece here. Chance for Finland to get the ball into the box. The left-hand side, very far out, and certainly not in a shooting position, but if you can drop this in and around between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot, could get something on it. But it's a bit deep, that. Didn't really get the delivery right there, Joe.
No, didn't get it right at all. Where are we now?
And again, long ball out left side, but Denmark will mop that up all day. I mean, I can't see any. I think your 2-1 predictions is not coming true here for Finland unless something drastic happens, like a red card or something.
I should have made the comparison more so that they are the Irish of Scandinavia. Oh, he hit your man, did he? Who was that? Wait. When he was throwing it out as a free kick? No, he just had to take it again. But I think Finland, again, they're going to be happy with how this is going. I never thought they were going to have all the possession over Denmark. Denmark are a good team. And look, let's be honest, Denmark aren't the team of 2 or 3 years ago. They needed, Eriksson is not the player he was, unfortunately. I wish he was not that player when he, go on, that's a free. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit behind.
I think one thing about Christian Eriksen, though, he is capable of moments of pure filth. He really is. He has a wand of a foot. Ball into the box. Header. Oh, tipped over. Well done, keeper.
Oh, great save. Well
done, keeper. Tipped it over the bar. I thought we might have had the opener right there. Good ball into the box from Denmark. Makes a good connection on a keeper scrambling. I mean, it's sort of one for the camera, but he did his job. He tipped it over the bar.
Yeah. No, the important thing is for who is that?
Højbjerg. It was Højbjerg with the header.
Another corner. Is that Eriksson again? Yeah, Eriksson on both sides.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of outswinging corners, I have to say.
I never understand it because I think their whole thing was to put the keeper under pressure, and they're not going to do that there. Oh, they're playing out now.
Pookie has it. Here we go. Chance for Finnmark to break. Can they get bodies forward? Pookie has his head down. Go on, Timo.
There's no one up there. There's no bodies up there.
I know, but he's doing it for bald men everywhere, mate. And you know what I mean? Full on Team Pookie, except he has a beard that I can only dream of. Finnmark's there. Finnmark.
Denmark.
I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll.
roll.
This is going to be in my head for the entire tournament now. Finland finally starting to get a little bit more possession, but I kind of get the feeling more it's Denmark having a little bit of a breather, Joe, first 15
More
minutes
so.
in.
I completely agree with you. Like there is, you know, like Finland are. I think the best thing Denmark can do is let Finland have the ball because they're not really going to do anything in it. They haven't got really any penetration. They're there to break up play, like we were saying before. So I think this suits them perfectly. Denmark as well, to have a breather, then attack, and then have a breather, then attack. But if they get a goal before half time, Denmark, then but if even more so, if it stays at 0-0 going into half time, then it'll be very interesting for Finland.
Denmark's FIFA ranking is 10. Wow. I wouldn't have put them that high. But for those wondering, obviously, Finnmark was just me giving the celebrity name in case they ever decide to date each other. That's their celebrity name for the gossip columns. That's clearly what I was doing there. It wasn't a mistake. I'm known for never making a mistake. We actually have an emoji on our channel that says #blame Connor. So anything goes wrong, we put the emoji into the chat, and it's always blame Connor, who's the guy who does all he's our drawdy, basically.
Yeah. There's actually a place in Norway called Finnmark.
Is there?
Right there.
Well played. Well played. You've saved me, sir. You've saved me. Eternally grateful to you for that one.
That's your absolute genius shining through there, isn't it?
Here we go. Finnmark on the attack again now on the left-hand side. Now, look, no disrespect, man. That was just a slip of the tongue, obviously. They do look like France. Every time I see them, I'm going, oh, Denmark are doing well here. 15 minutes in, and they're still holding the French.
Yeah. What do you think? Denmark is the dark horse for the tournament? I don't think so. I think it's just a couple of years too late for that to be the case. Now, it could be wrong, but I just feel like after watching Switzerland today, and I've always kind of put Switzerland and Denmark in the same sort of bracket, I think Switzerland have kind of usurped them as being a better squad, if not I'd even say better players across the board.
I think there's 23 dark horses at this point.
To be fair, yeah.
Oh, BTEC Goldbridge. I've never heard that one before. That's well done, mate. You're very clever. Very clever. BTEC Goldbridge. That always does make me laugh.
Good save.
I can confirm that Mark Goldbridge does indeed wear me pajamas. So, you know, me and Chuck Norris, he alternates between the two of them. I mean, we are on the same level, myself and Mr. Norris.
I think you're the only person who's ever made that comparison, but sure, you know, whatever makes you happy.
My dad used to make me sit through Walker, Texas Ranger. I don't know if you've ever had to suffer through that show, Joe.
I don't think I've ever watched it, but I do remember it being a thing, you know? And it was never good, but I'd like to check it out now. We should do a watch along of that maybe someday.
Oh, please God, no, mate. Please God, no. I was subjected to it during my childhood. I'm not going to sit through it again. France have the dark horses for me, said the handsome Guardiola. Definitely, mate. I wouldn't be putting money on them now. They're not that dark horses. It's look, what are we thinking about England? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of English people in the chat. And look, I've got to say, of my lifetime, and I know we always hear the phrase golden generation, but I can't remember so much attacking talent in the squad. And I really feel it's a crying shame that Southgate gets to manage this attacking talent.
I completely agree with you. I think I don't think the team is there yet, you know, to really compete. Like, look at the World Cup, I think they were very lucky to get to the semi-final. They managed to get a semi-final finish by losing 3 games and drawing 1. You know, so, and fair play to them. You know, you dealt the cards you get. I mean, but I think whoever gets the job next, I think a lot of English managers, a lot of English fans would be hoping that Southgate doesn't do well enough that he gets sacked, so they can bring on someone who can really take them to the next level. Can I make
a bold shout for the England manager's job? I've said this before.
You can make a bold and a bald shout.
There you go. They are 2 in the 1, sir. Arsene Wenger would be an absolutely ideal manager for me.
I think that is genuinely that's spot on. That is a great shout. I don't think they'll do that though, because they'll want to get into. I think they want to get someone young.
They want the yes man. That they want another FA man that will come in and do what he's told. And I just feel, I know Arsene Wenger has a job with FIFA, UEFA at the minute, and you know he's involved in other stuff, rule making and stuff like that. But I feel with the attacking talent that England have, like Grealish, Foden, Mount, Kane, Sancho, I mean there aren't many better available people with the track record that Wenger would have, and it's kind of sort of a part-time gig, an international manager's job. It's not as hectic, so I think they could do worse. That's all I'm saying.
No, I absolutely agree with you. The only reason I don't see it happening is because obviously he's at the older side of it. I think they'll try to go with English coaches going forward. So that's the only reason I would say no. But who would you put in if you were to pick an English manager, whether working or not? Who do you think they would go for?
Another corner here, by the way. I see a lot of people saying Lampard and Eddie Howe and stuff. I just don't think a young manager like that would take the job. I really don't. I mean, Gareth Southgate was groomed through from underage level. I hope to goodness it wouldn't be Eddie Boothroyd, by the way, because you'd be in all kinds of trouble with that. But it's a tough one because it's a prestigious job, no denying it. But international football, a lot of managers love the hustle and bustle and the day-to-day of club football. Oh, here we go, chance. No, it's knocked it over. Nothing.
Kick. I don't think. I think Lampard prior to Chelsea, if he was offered the job, wouldn't take it. But I think right now, is he the Palace manager, by the way, or is that just a faux picture that went out?
Not that I've seen. Although Graham Potter is a brilliant show from people in the chat.
Graham Potter is great. Yeah,
absolutely trust him if I was an English person to bring through and develop the talent. That's a great show, but he's only just making his name now in the English game, and I think he probably want to stay in club football. But you guys are on fire. That was a belter of a show.
Yeah. Limpman, come on, Finland. By the way, I am from Sweden. I'm in right now, so great shout, and thanks for joining in. But I think Graham Potter is just too. Well, I think like you're saying, it just hasn't got the experience to be given that job yet. I think Lampard. I don't know how Lampard would do, honestly, considering he is, not the best manager who ever lived, according to what a lot of people can't seem to get their head around. I think he'd snap it up if he got offered it, but I just don't think it's a good fit.
I honestly think he'll still want the day-to-day hustle and bustle of the Premier League. I mean, look, you can talk about his track record at Chelsea, but he did give some opportunities to some of those younger guys. Oh, Pookie, go on, Timo. Oh, he hasn't got the pace. Kiara outdid him for pace there. Yeah.
See, that's going to be the problem every time with Finland going forward. They've only got Pookie as an option, and Denmark can put 3 or 4 men back there and just kind of see it out. Shame. But Lampard wouldn't be for me. I'd be happy if they stuck with Southgate. I really want England to fail constantly. That would give me a lot of joy.
I'm keeping stum, mate. You know what I mean? I know what side my bread's buttered on. I'm keeping stum.
Fair play.
A lot of shouts. Scott Parker. Do you know what? I'll tell you what. That is not a bad shout whatsoever.
I think out of all the bar Potter, I think Scott Parker definitely. I think he has Fulham playing really, really well and kind of developing, and they were unlucky with injuries and whatnot at the beginning of the season. But he's learning, and I think he'll stick with Fulham. If he gets them promoted again, I think they could be a very good side. But I think he needs a job promotion before he moves up.
Oh my God, that was a long throw. Superman playing for Finland or something.
No, Rory Delap.
That is my goodness, that was one hell of a throw. I mean, I can only just think back of the Stoke days. As soon as you see that, that's where you go to. But it is mad how people. I'd seen Richard Keys at one point of being Sports slagging off Liverpool bringing in a throw-in coach. It is a really important aspect of the game for a couple of reasons. One, when you're taking it, you're a man down elsewhere on the pitch, and also there was this great story that I told before on our channel of Marcelo Bielsa, who had instructed one of his goalkeepers every time he got the ball to ping it down towards the opposition corner flag and put it out for a throw-in. Every time he was getting booed and booed and booed by the home fans inside the stadium. They won the game from a turnover, possession and throw-in. And it's because Bielsa had noticed that the opposition team turn over possession from throw-ins quite a lot. And he said the further up the pitch we can turn over the ball, the less distance between us and the goal, and they went on to win the game. But he was booed the entire game by the home fans because they thought the keeper was having a mare with his distribution.
Oh, for God's sake. But that's that Bielsa, He's an inspiration for a lot of managers for a reason, for little ingenuities like that. Oh, it's a save, is it? That wide?
Wide, I think.
Who have you been more impressed with now? We're coming up, 20 minutes until half time. Who have you been more impressed with?
Oh, definitely Denmark. I think that was Braithwaite just pulling that one wide, but I think Denmark might just get the breakthrough before half time.
Yeah. Do you think this is part of Finland's game plan, basically, though, to just allow Denmark to have all the possession and hope to break, because they're not really creating anything? Like we said, we saw Pookie running up, and did they have a shot? I'm trying to remember now.
Not that not that I can think of. They had the free kick that was awful. It's very interesting in international football because although we took the piss out of the fact that there's very little teams getting knocked out in this, you've got to be very mindful of your goal difference if you want to get one of those best third place positions as well. And I wonder, is that just adding into the negativity some teams, maybe like Finland, might approach the tournament with?
Yeah. Well, look, there's 3 teams that can get through, which does give Finland a lot more hope than they would otherwise, you know. So I think
there you go. There's the stuff for you, Joe. 8 attempts for Denmark, 3 on target. Zippity doo dah on both counts for Finland.
Oh, it hurts. Who's down? Speaking of it hurts. Does it coming together? One of those
knees knocking together or something. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. If Neymar got that, he'd be down for the next 90 minutes.
Back in my day, mate, you'd be getting booed at by your own manager if you were still on the ground.
True. Yeah.
Did you do any sweeps? Did you do any sweepstakes around the Euros?
No, I've done absolutely nothing. I've done there was a couple of messages that went around from mates of mine to come in, but I've only done the Euro, the fantasy 11. So I have Christians. I'll read out my team actually, and everyone in the comments tell me how great my team is. I've got great start. I've got Rui Patricio. I've got Ruben Diaz, Rafael Varane, Christensen. I've got Grealish, Tufan, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Lukaku, Yilmaz from Turkey, and actually I've got Pukki as well. I didn't realize I had Pukki. So that's going to win me.
He's down actually now, Timu.
Typical, isn't it? That's just to upset me.
He heard about your team, Joe, and he's like, no, I'm not being part of that lad's team. I'm forfeiting this tournament. Get me out of here. Hang on. I think I just heard him say the words, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. So
Ray Whelan with Eddie Howe. What are your thoughts, Craig, on Celtic at the moment? With Eddie Howe, obviously it seemed like nailed on he was going to go there, and then they went for in the end the Aussie who no one can pronounce the second name.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the lad, to be honest. I, like you, thought that Eddie Howe was going to be the next Celtic manager, which would have been a very good appointment. But
yes,
I think they're all. I think they're a little bit worried about Rangers at the minute. You know, Celtic for valid reasons, and what Stephen Gerrard has done there and the backing that he's received has obviously changed the dynamic up there a little bit. I don't pay too much attention to Scottish football, and I'm certainly not somebody that cares about the Rangers or the Rangers Celtic stuff. I don't buy into any of that. It's football for me, and that's where it stops. So, look, it's an interesting appointment, and it's either going to be a stroke of genius or an absolute fail.
I think it's going to be an absolute fail. I think when they appointed Brendan Rodgers, they really set down a marker for we want to be back to where we were, and that's just Champions League, qualifying for Champions League, obviously maybe get the last 16, just making a mark in Europe. And it looked like that was going to happen under Rodgers. And then they moved, you never go backwards, and they appointed Lennon, which was a bad move. Obviously he saw them out the league. I think it was one league title, and then the following league is when Rangers won. But then you have this guy, I thought Eddie Howe, that's a step forward again. That's somewhat of a marquee. I don't have all the love in the world for Eddie Howe. I think the stuff was kind of billed out of proportion a little bit what he did at Bournemouth. But
keeper, player down. Is he seriously injured? There was a bit of a collision there. A lovely ball into the box, looking for Poulsen. He came in. I thought he was going to collide with the keeper, but it was actually the keeper and his own defender here. Let's have a look at it. I mean, fair play to both of them. The defender was just keeping, body check and making sure that Poulsen couldn't get on the end of it, but he did end up getting a bit of a clap. It's the old noggins coming together.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Keeper's definitely okay. He was up quickly, but hopefully he's okay. Never like to see a player down like that.
No. 30 minutes in as well, guys. Still no goals, as you can see. Relatively cagey. Denmark having most of the possession and all the opportunities. But Finland, quite the resolve. There was no real opportunity where you could go, Denmark should have scored there throughout the game.
Just an update, ladies and gents. He's still down now. Anthony Taylor's smiling, so hopefully it's not too serious. But he will be getting medical attention, and rightly so. It is great, Joe, and I have to say it's about time that football start taking head injuries a bit more seriously, and it is good. And I'm all for these concussion substitutions that are being spoken about as well.
I could not agree with you more on that. It's like we look at what has happened with footballers like even like the Jack Charlton, Bobby Charlton, who are suffering from dementia, and Nobby Stiles as a direct result of balls that and headed injuries and stuff like that from back in the day that weren't properly taken care of. So I think the fact that they're allowing the concussion substitution, all those sort of things, is a real progressive step forward, and I'm absolutely delighted. The same as you, Craig.
He is okay, thankfully, ladies and gentlemen. Keeper and defender both had a little bit of attention, and both are all right, which is good news. First and foremost, players' health has to be the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Someone saying that's a handball. I get where you're coming from, but it was never going to be given for stuff like that.
Jeez, no.
Again, I just want to say, just looking here and seeing almost a full stand at the far end of the pitch, I'm so happy to see fans back in.
It just wouldn't have been the same at all without any fans, because it's hard, like even with the fake noise, but it's just not the same. It doesn't feel the same. The players definitely don't feel the same when there's no fans there. And it's just, I'm absolutely delighted, and especially for international tournaments. The only thing that's annoyed me about this tournament so far, it's just a pet peeve. It's Euro 2021, not Euro 2020. Okay, I realize, I guess it would cost money to change marketing and all like that and change it to Euro 21. But
it's just forbid your UEFA spent a few bob, Joe.
Yeah. I'll never forget Sepp Blatter saying, "Oh, we're purely non-profit." And they're like, "But you have $1 billion in the bank," and he was just like, "That's just for insurance." You're like,
And they block book hotels in every city, and they overbook, they oversubscribe the hotels as well by I think around 40%. I read once, which is nuts. Denmark still on the attack, and they are the real ones pushing here, Joe, for an opener.
Yeah. I think that was always going to be the way, though. I think Finland can say they're doing quite well for the fact that they haven't really conceded an opportunity that you would say Denmark should score. So what are we? We're 32 minutes in. I think it's the 5th corner of the game, is it?
They're adding up. That's what I'm going to say. That's my answer when I don't know the actual answer. There was some good shouts in the chat, by the way. I'm not ignoring you guys in the chat. I am reading it. There's some shouts for Chris Wilder, who, of course, as the England national team manager, who isn't employed at the minute. Somebody who can definitely bring a group of players together. I love Wilder. I have to say, he's a proper football fella, isn't he?
I completely agree with you. Although a lot of stuff came out, good delivery, cleared again. Was it Christian Eriksen?
Second ball back in again.
Second ball back in. Player
down, holding his face. Defender, referee will bring it to a stop.
It's going to be a free out. What are we, 33 minutes in,
it's in Copenhagen. Somebody's asked what stadium it is. It's in Copenhagen. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, where we famously got a 1-1 draw there. Never forget that in the qualifiers. Shane Duffy. And it wasn't from a free kick or anything. What a day. I think, Chris Wilder, sorry. I think his name has been a little bit tarnished when the owner of Sheffield United came out and said he wanted 10 million to resign or something like that. He wanted I don't know, he might have said the money, but it's a huge amount of money he wanted to actually leave the club. And it wasn't when he was sacked. So I think it's that might put him not so much in the shop window anymore, but I don't know. Where would you think his next move would be? I can't see him getting the England job, if I'm being honest. Where would you see his next move would be?
It's a really interesting one, isn't it? Because he's obviously Sheffield United through and through. So it's a tough. I don't think he'll be short of options. Higher level championship. I think he'll probably have a few options there. Somebody did ask us in the chat actually what our thoughts are on Troy Parrott. Obviously, the real Harry Kane, as I'm going to call him.
As we're going to call him. I completely agree with you on that. I'm a big fan of Troy Parrott. I think Spurs rate him incredibly highly. We obviously rate him very highly. We have to not forget I don't think, is he 20 yet? Is he 19? We still have to give him time. And but the 2 goals were really well taken against Andorra. So I think he's still one for the future.
The mighty Andorra, Joe.
The mighty Andorra.
That comeback was just. It's up there with Italian 90, isn't it, really?
Yeah. It usurps Italian 90, 100%. There's no comparisons whatsoever.
Why is there a man in the crowd with a mitre ball on his head like a hat, clapping an L with his one hand, clapping off an L?
Because it's Denmark. It's Denmark, baby.
You gotta love it, though. The mitre ball as well. It's a good touch, bit of retro. You love to see it. What I will say about Troy Parrott is he's not David McGoldrick, thank God. So that's a bonus.
Hey, you leave David McGoldrick alone. You put more respect in that name. All right. His one goal for us in 14 was an absolute barn burner. And he looks like someone who can get goals. And I think we've Adamida, we've got Aaron Connolly on the wing. I do think in a couple of years' time, I'm hoping Kenny is the person to take us to that level. But whether it's not him, whether it's someone else that comes in, as long as we keep with this progressive football and actually want them to play and pass out from the back, I think there could be something special on. I really hope so. Eamon, thanks for your message there. My thoughts on him, we need to give him all the time in the world. I think he is someone that can really, he's obviously worked with the lads at under 21. He knows a lot of them from the League of Ireland days. He wants to get us playing football. He wants us to take it to that level, which the FAI have just stopped us from progressing for the past 20 years. And he wants to play players that want to play for us. So I'm a huge fan of Stephen Kenny, always has. I want him to get into the job over Mick McCarthy. But I do think it'll come good, but he just needs time. I'm
still actually annoyed with the FAI over the treatment of Brian Kerr. I really am. I'm
me too.
That far. I'm furious over that. But anyway, look, people that want to hear us talking about the Irish national team in the chat.
We can go up for days. And thanks, RSH14, for your comment. It's very nice of you. Very much appreciated.
Another couple of opportunities. Denmark really knocking on the door. But fair play to Finland. They're getting bodies on the line here. They're getting their blocks in. But you just feel that there will be a moment of genius or moment of quality from Denmark at some point.
I just don't think Denmark have that genius anymore. I think Christian Eriksen is past it. He has been playing for Italy. I think if this game was maybe a year ago, Craig for the Ireland job. That's an interesting shout no one wants. But thanks, Mark. I think with...
I want it.
Have you seen what they get paid? Absolutely. I think with... I don't think Christian Eriksen is the player he once was at all. I think the Inter Milan move just didn't work out for him. And I think he's in a shop window again. And I think whatever magic he had is gone. Saying that, he'll definitely score now.
Finland have a bit of space on the right-hand side. They are getting bodies forward. Was that a free kick? No, referee says get up.
It's gone out.
Still waiting the first goal here, Joe. What are we? Almost 38 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
But, I'm an optimist.
I am an optimist. It's 2-1 to Finland. It's happening, baby. It's happening. I think Finland are playing the exact game they wanted to play, which is just Denmark are always going to have more possession. And Finland are having more. You've done it.
You've done it.
I did it myself. So close. But I think Denmark are not having it all their own way. Finland are not going easy on them. They're getting in the tackles in, and Denmark haven't really had a gilt-edged opportunity. They've had a few shots on target, which have all been relatively. Joe Eriksson is incredible. He has been featuring for Inter a lot recently. And thanks so much for your comment. Just from what I was looking up, because I don't watch Serie A week in, week out, that they just journalists were saying that he hasn't been. So if you're watching him, absolutely, I'll bow down to you. But I just don't think that move has done anything for him. Like, considering the player we thought he was, and considering United were very much in for him at one point, and I was excited at the opportunity of him coming to the club. I think his last 6 months at Spurs kind of fell apart. I think Inter Milan hasn't hit the lights as you'd imagine he would. Even if he's playing a lot lately, absolutely. But I just think his career has gone downward. I don't know if you have thoughts on that, Craig.
I don't know. I don't really, to be honest, mate. Once I heard United, I tuned out. I'm not going to lie to you. I zoned out once I heard United. Look, ladies and gentlemen, just let me take an opportunity to say we love your input. Keep your comments coming. Yeah. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. Show some love to the That's Football Mark Albert's channel. I can't believe a lot of people are saying, "Where's Mark? Can you not see him?" I mean, I can't believe that people can't see Mark.
He's everywhere. He's like Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you close your eyes, you'll feel his presence. That's all I'm saying. He's obviously out there whipping up a lasagna or something for That's Goldberg's cooking show. Or
is that a real thing?
Yes, it is a real thing. Absolutely. My man knows how to make a pound note. You know what I mean? Fair play.
I can't cook. I feel bad. I've stocked my fridge. It's a very depressing single man fridge I have in my apartment, and it's just sausages and rashers. And I've been waiting every day to make it, but there's just so many takeaways, and it's actually cheaper. It's funny, it's cheaper to get a takeaway here than it is to actually go shopping. So, like, what am I supposed to do?
Get yourself some Kyo's crisps, mate. That's what you need to do. The finest Irish crisp known to man. Yeah, look, what I will say is, I mean, I'm expecting the This Is Goldbridge Drunk Walk Home series to come along at some point as well, because, I mean, it's basically, he's the football version of the Kardashians, isn't he, really? Like, let's be honest. He's everywhere. I wonder though what role that makes us, Joe, in the Kardashians. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but if anything, I can see you as a bit of a Scot.
I thank you so much because my ex was mad about the Kardashians and she
my
ex, my ex,
Joe.
My ex-girlfriend who was mad about it and I was forced to watch it and I was like, yeah, Scott's a pretty cool guy, so I'll take that. I think who are you then, Chloe?
I feel like I'd be a bit of a Chloe. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I feel like I'd be a bit of a Chloe. I mean, we'd all want to be a bit the Mammy Jenner, wouldn't we? We'd all want that money that she's making. I mean, yeah,
she knows. Fair play to her. Like when the tape came out and she was like, "You can make money out of this." Do you know what I mean? Or when it was whenever that was released or whatever, she was like, "We can get a TV show from this," and they really did.
Funnily enough, there is a video of me. Somebody just said there, Craig is Bruce Jenner, and by the way, it's not Bruce Jenner anymore; it's Caitlyn. Yes. But there is a video of me in full-on drag makeup, by the way, and it does exist on our channel. So if you ever go over to Anfield Agenda, search it, you'll find it out. It was my daughter's birthday, and she, with COVID, she couldn't do anything, and I'd lost the bet as well on our channel, so I did have to go full makeup, and I looked like a $2 hooker.
I'd say you look lovely. I'm going to look it up now.
I'd say overpriced at that as well, Joe.
Yeah. And a random guy, yes, I was on Irish Football Fan TV. It's a great channel. But it's, I never...
Is it? Is it?
Is it?
Let's just say that the creator of that channel doesn't like me very much and calls me that Holden fella.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah. I've no idea why. I've never done that on the guy. Obviously, he just doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. Connor actually used to work with IFF TV as well. The guy that runs my channel with me. But yeah, there you go. It's a small world, isn't it? Us Irish really are.
Yeah, it's a literal village, isn't it?
I often thought of just starting an Irish football channel just purely out of spite, just to get better numbers than him and do nothing with it at all whatsoever. Just because.
Did you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh, mate, come on. Of course I did.
The Spite restaurant. Or the Spite, what's the...
the coffee shop. The coffee shop, yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Beside Mocha Joe's.
Yes.
Latte Larry's. Mate, I'm a comedy geek. When it comes to especially American sitcoms. My dad's girlfriend's from Ireland. I love the Irish, Craig. Thank you, Jay. I mean, we are a pretty damn fine race of people, Joe, aren't we?
I think we're pretty handsome and wonderful in every possible way. Just saying out there's an injury at the moment. We're just coming to 43 minutes.
Stretcher coming on here for Christian Eriksen. Which of course is never a good sign, and we hope he's okay. That's
absolutely. I don't know what happened there though. Oh, that doesn't look nice.
I mean, when you see the full medical keep on like that, it's never a good sign. And his teammates rightly concerned there at the minute, and you can see from the Finnish players' faces as well. This clearly looks quite serious, Joe. So obviously, our best wishes here are with Christian Eriksen. We want him to be okay.
Oh God, he really went down there.
Yeah, fingers crossed he's okay.
There's no movement.
No, they're compressing his chest.
Jesus. Oh my God, they're compressing her chest. Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know why the players are standing there. It's the block. What's happening, but this is worrying, ladies and gentlemen. I won't lie to you. This is a serious incident right now.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Please be okay. Please be okay, mate.
Christ.
Be okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Obviously, he will have the best medical attention possible there, ladies and gentlemen. There's as much medical attention as can possibly be. There'll be medical ambulances and standby, and everything will be done as carefully, as precisely, and as quickly as possible. So
all the experts are he's in the best. Oh my God.
I mean, this puts it all into perspective, mate, doesn't it? The banter, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, tough job here for the referee as well. Just trying to. They're actually. They've actually got the. There's up in his chest, like they've got the.
Oh my god. This. We're for obvious reasons, we're like, there's not great angles to see what's going on, but just everything
and
is
rightly
being done.
So.
Yeah,
and rightly so,
absolutely rightly so. That just so people know that, Oh my god.
I mean, whatever faith you are out there, just say a prayer right now for Christian, and our thoughts are certainly with him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Whatever happens here, I mean, surely
this
they can't continue this game.
No. This has to be called now. Oh my god. And it can just happen so easy. Whatever is after happening, like, oh my god.
Yeah, those Ericsson collapsed, ladies and gentlemen, and he's receiving CPR now. He's receiving compressions to his chest.
Yeah.
It looks, obviously, we're not there, but it seems like a heart issue, clearly. They're still doing compressions on his chest now.
Yeah.
The poor players, my god.
I cannot imagine what's going.
Imagine the gentleman's family. What they must be going through right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't. Yeah, this is.
I mean, you can see the shock inside the stadium, Joe. Everybody's. There's no rivalry right now, mate. Everyone's pulling in the one direction.
I'm watching on two streams. I have my top left-hand corner. I have the Swedish television, which is just a still image of from the top left-hand corner of the stadium where the compression is still happening. But then I have on BBC on my phone in front of me, and it's different angles, and it's like I can't even imagine what people in that stadium are feeling like. I can't comprehend. Oh my god, this is.
We hope anyone watching at home as well. We hope you're all okay. We hope, keep the chat going. We'll try and talk. Anyone has anything they want to share, anything, chat's here.
It's
For those asking what has happened, we honestly don't know. He just collapsed, and then, we didn't know what was happening. We then started to see chest compressions, CPR. They also brought a defibrillator on, and they've shocked him with the defibrillator on a few occasions as well.
It's been about 5 minutes or so, I think. Since it happened, and for anyone who's just coming, like we're saying, Christian Eriksen collapsed. There's no information feeding through of probably because they don't know anything, but we figure it's something to do with his heart or do with his chest anyway, and he's just been defibrillator, as Craig was saying, and compression, and
I'll tell you what, mate, this is probably the one time that I would say, if there hadn't been fans inside the stadium, I feel for everybody in there right now. I mean, everybody holding their breath, heads in their hands, and rightly so. Everybody concerned with Christian's with health, and of course, I want to take a moment to think of his family and stuff as well, and his teammates,
who I'm sure are in the stands. And this is supposed to be like an opening game. It's all about excitement for a possibility of winning the Euro Championships, and there's something like this happens, and it just, like you're saying earlier on, it just puts everything into perspective. It's just like we were saying, just whoever you believe in, just pray, get your thoughts in. Because
obviously very disturbing scenes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's as if it's not a situation that Joe or I have ever been in while talking about football, of course, and I'm sure you guys watching as well. So, we're in this together as those players and everyone inside the stadium, and everybody pulling in the right direction, same direction, praying and wishing that Mr. Eriksen's okay.
Yeah. They just have the players surrounding are still there. I still have the
managers coming across now.
Yeah.
Obviously, UEFA officials speaking with the referee here as well. Seems like more representatives of the Danish FA are going across now. More medical people coming across as well. I mean, privacy is a huge thing in these moments, so you can completely understand why they're leaving, camera angles as they are.
Yeah.
The concentration needs to be on the treatment of Christian Eriksen right now, and rightly so.
This is something that no one should ever have to see and be part of. I worked in a hospital for 6.5 years.
The manager is making his way back across, having gone over to his players. The fact, mate, that it's so close to the edge of the pitch as well. They're right by a group of fans.
Yeah. This just puts everything into perspective, like you were saying, Craig.
That must be one of Eriksen's his wife, is it?
I can't.
I don't want to tempt fate here, but I feel somewhat more positive. I don't know if I'm misreading body language, but
yeah,
I've seen. So there's a lady in an Eriksen shirt. I assume that must be a family member, his wife or something. And Kasper Schmeichel has come across to gave her an embrace, obviously, and to talk to her. And Simon Kjær's come across as well. Obviously, you can understand. I mean, we often speak about teammates and family and stuff, but it really, there is a bond in a dressing room with a group of people that you may not ever experience elsewhere as well. So they're all in this together.
But why I'm the same thing, not tempting fate, but what leads me to believe that whatever they're doing is working is the fact that there's no kind of stress from people coming over. There's not people rushing over. It seems to be like the situation is calm.
Obviously, the Finnish players now are being led away from the pitch, which they obviously need to go inside and get some privacy, and rightly so as well, and deal with their own emotions that they're going through as well. So I think that's the right call. The attention needs to be, fully focused on Christian right now.
Absolutely. But I think this game is called anyway. I'm sure we'll get word through, but I don't think there's any possible way they can expect the players to go on.
No, they couldn't.
No.
This is. Let's see. Is there a bit of movement over there, or I'm just trying to see.
Oh, I think they're getting onto the stretcher.
Oh, there's white sheets up.
Yeah.
Obviously for privacy, which
I
don't know what to read into that. they've gone back to the studio here at BBC as well. So these are obviously unprecedented circumstances, ladies and gentlemen, and they're taking them
moving.
off.
Yeah, they're taking them off in a stretcher. The Danish players are on either side, and the sheets are up as well. And there's no stress to move, like they're moving slowly as well, which should be a good sign. You know, they've obviously, whatever's happened, I think they have it under control, and they're moving as a team down the dugout. But there's no one running, there's no one stressing out. And they've white sheets over both sides, so you can't see.
Any questions, Joe, on around? Well, maybe why we didn't see an ambulance onto the pitch, or
I'm guessing they just figured they had the situation under control. You know, I feel that must be it, and I guess that would cause more issues bringing the ambulance on. Instead, I'm sure they could bring him. They had the situation under control, and then they can bring him to a medical facility from here. But that would be my guess on that anyway.
I mean, I'd love to be hearing what's being said here by the BBC, but obviously for copyright issues, we can't have audio on.
I'm just checking.
So if you guys are home watching on BBC or anything, please, we're all in this together. So you keep us up to date with what's being said. You know, they'll have obviously more up to date information.
Yeah. I'm just
a lot of people in shock. I understand the folks, and look, you know, we'll keep talking here. We'll keep the conversation going, and it is an unprecedented circumstance. It's a situation that, you know, as football fans, we've probably never seen before, and hopefully never see again, because you don't want to see a player taken away like that. So obviously we're all in the same boat. We're all praying that Christian's okay.
Yeah. Well, he's gone from the pitch now, and the players have left. I'm sure we're just going to be waiting not too long before we get an announcement that the game's been called off. Thankfully he was seen to immediately for whatever the situation was that happened to him. I'm sure we'll get more information in the coming hours. But it's never nice. This never ever nice. I worked in a hospital for 6.5 years, so I've seen similar incidents before, and it's just never.
What I will say is, though, that, you know, everything will be done. Everything possible will be done. They will have the best of experts. They will have top level doctors, both national teams, doctors, medical teams to be there as well, of course. I mean, I imagine it being a city centre location, a hospital won't be too far away, Joe.
Yes, absolutely. No, like we're saying, I think, like you pointed out, the ambulance not coming on, I think that leads me to believe that they had the situation under control, and the ambulance would have just been, I guess, a hindrance rather than anything else, because they had everything they needed there. So I think they brought him off there. The players obviously went with him. So I feel he is, like you're saying, Craig, 100%. He is in the best possible care, best possible position. And
seen some aerial shots now, Joe. I'm just having a look around, see if I can see any. I can see ambulances parked up very far off to the right, but I'm not initially seeing anything from the shots we're seeing now of an ambulance. But there are certainly half a dozen at least parked up just behind the trees to the right hand side, and obviously BBC have now cut away to something else. So as we're sitting here right now, mate, whereas in the dark is everybody.
Yeah, and like you said, if anyone's getting it, wherever you're watching, whether it be BBC, RTE, or even if you're across the world watching, if you get any information, put it into the group, put it into the chat, please, and just
match
keep us updated.
Has officially been suspended as well, by the way, as per Miguel Delaney and many others. It's not no shock on that one, but
no.
I'm just, you know, as yourself, looking around Twitter, trying to find out any credible information that I can.
It's not in any way how we thought that this night would go. Like,
no,
never.
God, mate, not at all.
No. And like, even for like Christian Eriksen is, you know, top of his health, you'd imagine. So like, he professional footballers. So this sort of thing can happen to anyone. So this shows why people need to get regular checkups, and whatever the situation you're in, like, you need to be going to see a doctor, because if it can happen to him, whatever did happen, it could easily happen to anyone. So if you're seeing this, and we're all praying and we're all hoping that Christian Eriksen is fine and everything is good, but take this as a chance to go visit your GP, go get a full body check. And
particularly as men, mate, we tend to leave things, don't we? We tend to just
on the
leave
long
things
finger.
be.
Yeah. Okay.
So game, for those tuning in, the game has, of course, officially been suspended, which is the right call. I mean, nobody in any circumstance could be expected to carry on, even best case scenario after what's happened. No, they couldn't carry on with that game.
No. So I think that's it for us. So is it? I think, or
I'm just I'm trying to I've messaged Roddy to see what he wants us to do here. Obviously, this is, even for me, this is completely new territory, mate, and I've done thousands of watch-alongs and stuff.
Yeah,
I've and I hope to never be in this position again, and I'm sure you do as well, with regards to somebody's life being, in under danger.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it can just happen like that. Like we were saying, it can just happen in a second, where these kind of things can happen. So
was there a collision, Joe? People were saying there was a collision from the corner or something.
I didn't see anything. Honestly, I didn't see anything. If people are saying, I'm sure that happened. If people are saying in the comments that's what happened, but I didn't see any collision. But it could easily have been spurred on from that. But again, that's just a small little thing that led to what happened. So wherever you're watching, learn from this. Go see your GP. Get yourself checked out, because, like I said, if it can happen to Christian Eriksen, it can happen to anyone.
We are going to bring the stream to an end, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we will keep an eye on That's Football, keep an eye on social media, and we will keep you up to date with what's going on. Our thoughts and prayers are, of course, with Christensen, but from myself and Joe and the guys, we hope he's okay. We don't know what's going to go on with the Belgium game that's scheduled for 8:00, but from us, we're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna say our goodbyes to you. Good, it's not the circumstances myself and Joe wanted to be on here. And obviously, we wish Christians and Eriksen a speedy recovery. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thanks for sticking with us, sharing the comments, and just prayers, good wishes, good thoughts, and just he'll get out of this. And thanks.